But this year, we have what I am calling the Cosmic Cradle. How are you being held this year? I'm Leslie Tagorda, a business astrologer and creator of the Astro Brand Method, blending more than 20 years of brand strategy with the precision of astrology to help entrepreneurs and underrepresented leaders make their mark. If you have any Virgo placements or you love charts and graphs, isn't this just so beautiful to look at? And even if you don't understand what this means, you can kind of intuit, right? If you're looking at this chart, where are all the peaks and valleys? Ooh, this looks exciting. July? Oh my goodness. Maybe end of December? Oh my goodness. Well, what this chart is, a chart of the relationships that all of the planets in our solar system are having with each other. When we think about aspects, conjunctions, trines, oppositions, all this simply means is that a relationship is forming, and that particular aspect shows us what kind of relationship there will be. Now, one of the things I want you to notice is this big purple wave here. This big purple wave is a Uranus Trine Pluto. This Uranus Trine Pluto, we've already started this. It started back in 2025. If this chart went over to the left, you would see that there was already a peak of that. And this extends all the way out into 2028. So when you just think about the themes of Uranus, awakening, disruption, and Pluto, intensifying, transformation, and rebirth, what does it mean when these two planets of breakthrough and breakdown are in flow? A trine is harmonious and agreement. And so we have this energy that's really fully supporting us. Okay. And so to make more sense of this view, I'm bringing us to the cat's cradle. Has anybody played cat's cradle? Or it's many, many hundreds of names, right? Everyone here. Well, did you know that anthropologists believe that the cat's cradle was started all the way in the Stone Age? Isn't that incredible? Because all cultures, indigenous cultures from Australia to the Inuits to Asia, everywhere on Earth, people play this. And when I think about a cat's cradle, and of course, that's a very modern name for it, right? But we can think about this idea of a cradle. And what do you think about a cradle? Of this string, of this collaboration, because you can kind of play it by yourself, but mostly we play it with others, right? We're making all of these sacred geometry shapes with cat's cradle. Now, when I used to play it, I didn't really know what I was doing. We were just kind of creating all these different shapes without any form or function. We were just seeing and playing and seeing what would happen. But this was a common shape of this cat's cradle. And this shape, this four-sided shape, if we can just fill in the sides here, this is called a trapezoid, an isosceles trapezoid. Yes, Dee, this is definitely a trip back to school and a trip back to some geometry. But this year, we have what I am calling the Cosmic Cradle. How are you being held this year? Because a cradle holds you. A cradle supports you when you're feeling vulnerable, right? And this cat's cradle, you can see it here. This is created for most of July when Jupiter comes into play, right? And when we take a closer look at this cosmic cradle, and let me know, when we think about astrological chart patterns, we might think of the grand trine, we might think of the finger of God, we might think of the mystic rectangle, right? There's all of these things. I don't think anybody has named this yet. So let me know what you think about this, about the cosmic cradle. Autumn says, I was literally asking myself today, am I allowing myself to be held? That's really hard for us, right? For all us ambitious people, a lot of us women who are gonna get shit done no matter what, right? How can we feel that we're not like having to push so hard? If you've read The Ambition Trap by Amina Altai, she was on my last podcast episode. She talks about like how ambition can truly make you sick. And I can be attest to that. Just pushing and pushing and pushing. 2026 is not a year of pushing. It is a year of committing, it is a year of doing, but it's not a year of pushing. And indeed, Cassandra, community. Felicia says, what can I hold to create opportunities for others to be held? Felicia, you are such a wonderful space holder. Like you are always holding people and land. I mean, that's such a beautiful question. Nadine says, being held and holding each other seems like it's going to become more and more important. And Autumn says, Cosmic Cradle is brilliant, such a soothing image. Yes, Malvina, loving the Cosmic Cradle. Now, when we look closer at this Cosmic Cradle, we have involved in this Cosmic Cradle are 4 of our outer planets. Saturn's not involved in this one. Saturn's going to be involved in other things, but Saturn's not involved with this one. We have Pluto, whose process is to intensify birth, death, all in one. Whatever dies is reborn much more empowered. Jupiter expands, believes, looks at the silver lining. Uranus disrupts, awakens, and breaks through. And Neptune inspires, transcends, and interconnects. When you think about these words, inspire, breakthrough, breakdown, expand, and you're being called to this, being held in this, being asked to receive all of this, what does that feel like for you? Ooh, I love that. Erica says, I also see teamwork. Absolutely. And so I want you to know that in July, you are going to be held. And part of this, I want you to focus in on this little part of this cosmic cradle because Jupiter moves pretty fast. Jupiter is going to be in this position for only about a month creating this cradle. But the rest of the year, here and now, and until like the end of the year, we have this shape. Okay, I'm going to go back. So you see the cosmic cradle? Now we have Jupiter moves away, and now we have half. This is something that astrologers have newly been calling the minor grand trine, also known as the talent trine. And so as Felicia had said, how can I hold other people? Right? It's not just about me being held, but it's also about me holding others. And how do you hold others? Well, with your talent. Your undeniable, one-of-a-kind talent. Is there anybody here, just put in the chat, that feels like they don't have a talent or don't know what their talent is? I'm just curious, no judgments. Because if you don't know what your contribution is, this is going to be a year. Yes, Keisha, I can feel that so deeply. The need to reframe your worth and your talent because, woman, you are so supremely talented. I've seen your creativity and the beauty that you create. Mari May, I know I have it, but it's not clear. I'm a multi-potentialite and I get lost in my interests and confused in my talents. Yes. And so this is a year that you're going to get super clear. You are going to reframe the doubts or the disbelief or the limiting beliefs that you may have around your talents, because this is in effect right now, holding you, asking you, got a cauldron of them, but which one to focus on? Yes. You know which one you focus on? The one that brings you the most joy. It's as easy as that. And if there's parts of your belief that says, I can't follow my joy, it doesn't pay, then we know that we have some money limiting beliefs to work on. Right? And so when you hear your limiting beliefs, when you hear all of the little devils on your shoulder, this is when you start to befriend them and get deeper. Okay? And so all of these energies here are our big picture energies that are literally holding us as we move into 2026. So if you were here last year in 2025, my theme was compassionate courage, reimagining a new path. And when I wrote this at the end of 2024, how little did I know how much compassionate courage and what a new path I would need. Does anybody feel like this, like thinking, like looking back on 2025, how much compassionate courage they needed? Cassandra, yes. Jeff, yes. Oh my gosh, Malvina, yes. Carmen, yes. Robin, absolutely. The other Leslie, yes. Rhonda, hell yes, no doubt, indeed. Absolutely. So as we look at 2025, we then courageously move into 2026. And the reveal of this year's theme, survival of the collaborative. Together we rise. Again, at the beginning, in this global community, we see that we're not here in isolation. We are here together. Stacey Abrams, just such a brilliant, I wish she was in political office right now. She unfortunately is not in political office right now, but she's an amazing author also. She says, when we work together, we are unstoppable. Yes, I love this so much as well. And so I want to take a little pause, because as we think about how are we being held? How are we holding each other? How are we going to survive as we collaborate? We must know our contribution. So what I want you to do at this time is in the chat, but don't press that little like airplane, right? I want you to write in one word or phrase the contribution that you love making. Okay, don't put it in the chat yet. We're gonna do this all together. Okay, so I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds. Don't overthink this. What is your contribution? Healing, listening, supporting, holding space. My friends, those are all worthy, profitable ways to share. Okay, so everybody have their thing, their contribution all typed out, ready to press send. 3, 2, 1, go. I love this. Supporting, creating, shifting people's paradigms, love, energy, astrology, yapping. I love that. Inspiring. Oh, so beautiful. These are so beautiful. Creating, philanthropy, empathy, hope, healing, caring, embodying self, insight and clarity, advising, championing. Ooh, I can hear everybody's astrology, by the way. Can you take note about the astrological strengths that you have that are showing up in your word? Advocating, presence, beautiful, holding space for creating and healing. This is so beautiful. Look at how we are all holding each other. So thank you again. If this podcast has touched your heart, please share it with others. Please leave me a rating and review so we can reach the hearts of even more change makers like you.